Thank you so much for taking the time out, Camilla, for speaking exclusively to Web Celeb Daily. It's very so much an honor. Now, I did. I got familiar with you being on Bad Girls Club, but I do recall that you were on television before the show. Can you tell me about what you were doing prior to joining the Bad Girls Club cast?
Before I joined the cast of Back Club, I was actually already into modeling and a little acting. I had previously been on like Pizza Hut commercials and TurboTax commercials. I've done Mama's Boys. I've actually done America's Next Top Model, Cycle 10. I was top 20. And I was already doing like catalogs and small modeling jobs and trade shows and stuff like that.
So what made you want to join Bad Girls Club?
It actually started off as a joke with some friends. They were like, go on Bad Girls Club, because the only season I actually watched was, I've seen Tanisha's season probably a couple times, and I watched the whole season of season 4. And we were just laughing about it. We're like, oh my God, you should go on that show, like they party and everything. Hold on. And we would like party and laugh, and they end up telling me, you should go on Bad Girls Club. So one day we got up and went to an audition at Hooters, and I turned up and had fun, and they ended up selecting me, but I was actually selected as a replacement for season 7, but they never called me. And then they called me for season 8 at the end of the season.
Now, it does seem that Bad Girls Club is full of drama, especially when the different seasons get together. Now, it seems like all the girls kind of click up, but you didn't really seem to have a click like that with the other girls. When I saw you on the shows, you pretty much stood alone. So are you friends with the girls any of the girls in real life?
I speak to Danny on a regular. I talk to Red every now and then, and I'm cool with a couple of other girls too, Paula, Nancy, Jen. I recently met Blue, Lo. Sarah's cool. Everybody else is kind of like whatever.
Okay, now is there any...
Tiara, I think of Tiara too. I'll speak to Tiara too. If anybody else I'm cool with and I didn't say the name, sorry.
Now, is there any real beef? Like, is it anything to where, like, okay, if I see you on the streets, it's going down?
I think about 2 months ago I felt like that about Natalie and Jada, but at this point, it's pretty much I'm losing if I put my hands on you, so I wouldn't even do it at this point. 2 months ago I would have, when the show was going, when we were filming, I definitely wanted to. I had that attitude towards both of those girls. Like, if when I see you again, I want to, fight you. But getting older, I realize that I have more to lose now. So I think I would lose more fighting them versus not. Right. And I think it kills them more with kindness, the fact that I don't even want to fight them.
That's true.
But I'm still, like, slick with my mouth, so that'll make you want to fight me. But if you hit me first, then all goes. But I'm not going to go and just attack anybody or.
Now, I did watch your season in Las Vegas. They taunted you a lot, calling you a replacement. But you're clearly a fan favorite because, you were landed, the spinoffs for Love Games, All-Star Battles, and now Redemption. So has being a bad girl helped your career at all?
I would say that it's given me definitely a platform, and a lot of people know my name and face more. But I think helped me as in what? Like, get more TV roles or just being known?
Well, it's being known. I know some of these girls haven't done anything as far as what you've done as far as the commercials and the modeling. So has it opened up any extra doors?
Well, I think before I started Bad Girls, I knew a lot of people in the industry. I think now it's just like, oh, she's doing her stuff, So now it's just like, oh, I knew her, but now we know her from Bad Girls too. Like, oh, we all grew up together. Like, so many different people that I grew up with that's actually in the limelight now. And it's just, I guess it could have open doors. And for hosting parties it did, but I guess not for acting and modeling because I wasn't really doing that. I wasn't focused on that. I was just mainly doing some magazine covers and stuff like that. But I'm going back into acting, so I kind of don't even want to have Bad Girls tied to me.
And
be honest,
I can definitely respect that. Yeah. Especially since you've grown. Now, if you were just rowdy, turn up all the time, and that's all you were known for, then I would definitely suggest staying in the reality TV world.
I just realized, like, I think I've done it long enough, and I've had my ups and downs in it, but overall, I feel like I enjoy walking the runway more. I enjoy doing that and learning lines and delivering, and like I feel like I'm challenging myself more. Like I feel like reality is too easy for me. Like it's too easy to just go be myself. But for some people it works. But for me, I realize that that's not what I want to do for life. I want to really act. I want to go out for roles. I want to be on a big screen. I want to be a spokesmodel. I want to interview on red carpets. That's my forte.
That's awesome. Now, on the other shows, you were depicted as being the mean girl. But on Redemption, I actually saw that you were actually trying to become a better Camilla. And based on our conversation, I can hear that. Even when Judy stole your eyelashes to Natalie trying to rattle you and that infamous camera being stolen by Jada, I did recognize that you tried to keep your cool, as best as you can. So did the life coach, Laura, did she help you in any way since you've stopped filming?
Laura actually keeps in contact. She'll text me here and there, but after because when we film, we don't see what's going on, like, everywhere in the interviews and the cameras and stuff. So I just felt like after I watched it on the show, Laura, she was cool. She was there for her purpose. I guess she did what she was supposed to do. Sometimes I felt it could have been a little acting, but, I don't know her personally. But I didn't respect the fact that they tried to make it seem like my mom was being negative when she came in the house when she wasn't. And yeah, she told me something about my hair, but that's my mom, Okay. It wasn't like she was trying to be negative to any of the other girls, and I don't like how they edited that. So I don't even really want to comment on Laura.
Okay.
Because I
can respect that. Now, have you had any other issues as far as editing goes, or do you think that outside of how they showed your mom, everything as far as you was portrayed accurately?
Yeah, I feel like everything is portrayed accurately. As far as, like, people thinking that I just go around fighting and arguing with people all day long, that's not my life. If you realize we're in a house with 7 girls that I really don't care for, so it's hard for me to really actually care about your feelings when I don't care for you. And I know it sounds selfish, but I was raised only child, and I never had roommates. I never had to share a room. I never had to share anything. So to even deal with these girls, it's like, already, And then they're dirty. They don't clean up after themselves, and they claim to be bad bitches, but it's like, your room is dirty. You have food all over the place. Like, you're disgusting.
I think it was like that on every season. Like, when they show, like, flies and roaches, I was like, well, damn.
Girl, just imagine living in that filth. Like, it just became like, like, I can't stand these girls because, and it comes to a point where I have real friends at home. I'm not looking for friends. So if you don't like what I have to say, then that's just so bad, And I'm not here to please you either. So I think a lot of girls want to be friends so bad on the Bad Girls Club, but it's like, you're not my real friend, because tomorrow all the stuff I might tell you today, you're going to say it to somebody else.
Yeah. But Tanisha always tells you guys when you come to the reunion show, there's no friends in the Bad Girls Club.
Yeah, it's no friends, and people want to be so besties, and this is my best friend this season, and next season it's another girl. Like, I ain't got time. Y'all not my best friend. The only person that I would call a little sister is Danny. She knows that. She gets that hands down. Like, everybody else is kind of like, hey, I'll speak to y'all, I'll talk to y'all, I'm cordial, but that's my girl.
Now, we did see a more emotional side of you, especially when it came to giving back. We saw how happy you were to give those girls that makeover and then building that house. I also follow you on Instagram, and I saw that you were giving back to the people who are having a hard time. I definitely, that really made me see you more as a person, because I see some people, they only want to give back when the cameras are on.
Right.
And, that I definitely give you major kudos for that. You gave the one young lady tickets to the Pistons and Clippers game. So
she was so, oh my gosh, she started crying. And it really, like, touched my heart, because I was like, wow, like, for me, I'm thinking about a game. I'm like, oh, like whatever, a game is a game, you know. But for other people, it was just the fact that, and what made me pick her and select her is because at the end of her email, she was like, you know, if I'm not able to win, I still wouldn't even mind just to meet you. Like, I wouldn't, like, it would just bless me just to meet you. And I'm just like, dang, people feel that way about me, you know, and it's still getting used to. I'm still getting used to it because it just humbles me. Like, I'm blessed to be able to give back, you know, like, I couldn't do it all. I wish I could help everybody, but I can't. But I was just like, if I can make one person smile, then that's perfect.
Yeah, and that's what counts. That's what counts. You have the platform for it, and the fact that you do it, it speaks volumes. So, and then you gave her tickets to see the Pistons. You know, that's my hometown team. So I was excited that she got to see them play.
Yeah, I got a homeboy that played on that team, and it's cool because, you know, he actually helped out and, like, was a part of it, too. He was like, hey, I reached out, I was like, hey, you know, I want to do a giveaway, you know, can we, you know, help out with some tickets, and we could do it together. So he actually helped out, too, so shout out to him.
Aww.
And, yeah, it's fun. For me, I'm realizing that my purpose is to really, like, give back and voice how I was able to do it or how I got through the little struggles that I feel like. Because people think that, oh, you have the perfect life. No, I don't. I have struggles, life struggles every day, like everybody else.
Yeah. And one thing that you said on the show, I think it was during one of your confessionals, you were getting your hair done, and I love that you said you don't have to wear makeup and lashes all the time. You know, your hair was blow dried out, and it's okay to be natural. I think that was a good message for the young ladies watching the show, being that the world we live in, you know, is full of image. It's all about image. If your eyebrows and your hair is not on fleek, they want you to feel less than.
Right.
So what
if you notice, if you follow me on Instagram, you notice that I rarely wear makeup. Like, it's, most of my pictures have no makeup or probably have some eyebrows on, but I don't like makeup like that. And when I do wear makeup, people always say to me, why do you wear makeup? And so I'm like, hell, I'm confused. They want me to have it on for TV, and then when I don't wear it, they're like, oh my God, you're so beautiful. If I have it on, they're like, oh my God, it takes away from the natural beauty. So I'm like, oh my goodness, this is crazy.
Yeah, well, your skin is flawless, girl. You should definitely rock
it. Thank you.
Now,
water, girl, water.
What advice would you give to the young girls that watch the show and look up to you and say, I want to be on that show like Camilla?
I know people when they ask me that, they're like, why do you say don't go on Bad Girls Club? I wouldn't say, I mean, nowadays I feel like girls are going on Bad Girls Club just to fight. Shouldn't be just about fighting. Like, if you're going on Bad Girls Club to go on Bad Girls Club to have a good time and have an experience, okay. But I went on there thinking that I was just going to party, and I ended up people tried to jump me. So it's like, just try to walk away because it gets very tempting to want to hit somebody or, you know, lash out in a physical way. But I would just tell the young ladies, like, don't even try out for Bad Girls Club, honestly. Go out for a modeling show or something else, because at the end of the day, you'll end up just fighting. And if you don't want to just be portrayed as a fighter, then you shouldn't want to go on that show. And for me, I was never a fighter. Like, yeah, I stood up for myself all the time in high school and everything, but I wasn't just a girl that was just around going fighting. So now people just think I'm a fighter when they see me, you know? I'm like, no, I'm nice. So I would tell the ladies, just, if you do go on the show, just try to walk away and don't let girls get under your skin, because it takes a tough person to even deal with what we go through on that show.
It
does. I don't think everybody is suited for it.
Yeah, I don't think I would have been suited for it, because it was a couple of those scenes. I was like, oh no. Hands would have been thrown. Some of those scenes, I'd be
like, girl, do you really know? I have to remind myself I am being intense.
Now, what are your tweets? You said that you were getting back, you know, with your passion of modeling and acting. You said that you were actually on set. Can you tell us a little bit about anything that you're currently working on?
Yes, actually, it was a release that just happened. I mean, YG just released Blame It on the Streets, December 15th. It's a movie about him, his homeboys, and it features me inside of the movie. And I did that. I was just on the set of The Real Husbands of Hollywood. So I'm just getting back to being on set. And, I mean, is it Real Husbands of Hollywood? Yeah, Real Husbands of Hollywood. Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
My bad. But, yeah, so, because I always say Real Husbands of Atlanta or something. So Real Husbands of Hollywood, and just being back in that field, it just makes me so excited to read lines and see the castmates and get dolled up and be made up instead of being reality. Because in reality, you don't get a residual check. It's after you get that one fee, it's done. So for me, I'm like, I want to go back on the other side where I get residual check, I'm actually treated with respect. In reality, they don't respect you. Like, you're like little puppets for them. To make their money. And I'm not a puppet. So I want to go back into what I'm going back into, which is modeling and acting, because that's my passion. And I realize that's what I want to do. The reality is I don't want to do it anymore.
That's awesome.
I want to hang up the towel.
No, I did. Well, I don't know if this was the full movie. Now, someone had posted a YouTube of Blame It on the Streets, and it was like 30 minutes long. Is that the full movie? Because I did watch it.
Well, it's a short film, so it's only 30 minutes.
Okay.
So if you watched it was 30 minutes, and that's the movie, yeah.
Okay. Just wanted to make sure. Now, that was actually pretty
it's a short
good.
film. It's not like a full film that's going to go to theaters, but it's going straight to DVDs and like Best Buys and places that you can buy CDs and music from. A
lot happened in that 30 minutes, though.
I know.
It was action-filled.
You really want to know that's really going on out here, you know?
Yeah.
And probably in other states all over. So he was just basically showing like where he's from, and I was so excited to be a part of it because I'm actually from not the same neighborhood, but the same city in the same town. And we have relatable friends. Like I have friends that were, involved in crazy stuff, and now they're in prison. So I really relate to YG and what he's going through, and I, applaud him on everything that he's doing because people look up at him, seeing him from the hood and coming up and making a movie like that's big.
Yeah, that really
whether it's 30 minutes, an hour, 2 hours, he did it.
It is.
So congrats to him.
I actually saw Fergie talking about it. So if a gangster rapper can get Fergie talking about it, it must be hot.
Right, and I was excited for him too because I'm like, oh, she actually came to the premiere, so that was cool. So we had it at the Chinese Man Theater a couple weeks ago.
That is so awesome. So you're going to be on the upcoming season of Real Husbands? Okay.
I'll be playing a groupie.
It's okay. It's acting.
I know, it's acting, right?
It's quite
got my little hood chicken down pack. I got my groupie down pack, but it's all good. It's all fun. That's a fun cast. It's fun. So it was really good.
That's awesome.
And it just made me realize, like, this is what I want to do again. Oh, and when I did the Dominguez College fashion show, and that was a success. I was just like, oh, this is exactly what I want to do.
Oh, yeah, girl. I saw some of those pictures that you posted on Instagram saying that you were getting ready for the runway. Okay, so I have to ask. Now, I have a little pudge at the bottom of my belly that kind of says hi when I sit down. So, what would you recommend?
You got a pudge?
Yeah, the little, it's not big.
I got a pudge too right now, girl. You scream off to me.
Well, how would you suggest that I get rid of that? Because you've been going hard in the gym. I've seen your packs.
I've been going really hard. I would suggest trying to go to your neighborhood gym or getting like some home, workout stuff. Like you can go to Walmart or even Marshalls or something. Get you a ball, get you a couple of weights, and do sit-ups, do lunges, do a lot of cardio. And another thing that I've really changed is my eating habits. Like I've stopped soda, I've stopped alcohol, and I actually am not eating a lot of carbs. But they said I need some carbs, so I've been eating like very small portions. But it's all on your eating habits, and I've been trying to get rid of like, girl, all my friends have kids, and my stomach is bigger than theirs. And I'm like, what am I doing wrong? You know what I mean?
Oh, my gosh.
Am I supposed to have a baby to have a flat stomach? Backwards. So I've just been trying to, like, go hard because I feel so much better when I get up early in the morning and I exercise. It just makes me, like, want to push myself more. So, girl, just you could do the rap stuff, too. Do you have, like, a rap or I wouldn't request a waist trainer because they say it's kind of unhealthy and healthy, so I don't want to be the one to tell you to go use one and then something. But I would definitely say, like, if you're into exercising, even if you have YouTube or, like, smart TV or something, you can put it up on your TV and just work out. Follow them.
Yeah,
Buy you some workout clothes, or girl, if you really want to be hood and stuff or whatever, put some sweats on, t-shirt. Get it in, you know?
Yeah.
I feel like I look crazy when I go work out. I be seeing my friends, I'm like, girl, you look like you going to the mall to shop. Looking real cute working out. I'm in my t-shirt.
Yeah.
Dude, you know, I'm looking like a thug.
Oh my
I'm just
God.
kidding. I'm not a thug. I'm good.
Camilla, you are so down to earth. I really appreciate.
Thank you.
I really appreciate you taking the time out to talk to me today. It was
cool.
really an honor. And if you have any upcoming events, happening out here, let me know. And Web Celeb Daily would definitely come out and support.
Oh, thank you.
No
yeah,
problem.
of course. Thanks.
Right.
I'm having a lot of stuff in the works in the New Year's. I don't even want to jinx myself. I just want to do it. And then when I do it, I'll be like, hey, girl, like, what's going on? You know what I mean? Because I feel like I jinx myself when I'm going to say what I'm going to do. So I just know for one thing, my main goal right now is to get an agent for acting and modeling, to give back to the children as far as going to speak in high schools, and focusing on my career and focusing on eventually having a family and kids. You know, I want it all. So I'm just, my mind and my ambition right now is, my drive right now is just on go, girl, and I feel like nobody can stop me. And I'm just so thankful, like, for people like you that even want to talk to me, you know what I mean? Because I was just thinking of myself as Camilla.
Yeah.
But for other people, it's like, no, you're Camilla.
Yeah.
Like,
your brand.
bro, even my, like, assistant, like, we're friends too, so she's with me all the time when we travel, and she's just sometimes just amazed at, like, at the response that I get from people. She's like, girl, do you see how they respond over you? And I'm like, I know. It's just so humbling. Like, so humbling.
Well, I'm so glad that you said that and not, girl, yeah, you better recognize or something like that.
No, of course not, because I'm telling you, I'm still getting used to it. Like, granted, I was a popular girl. A lot of people already knew me. But I was just in my neighborhoods and where I knew because I'm very social. But when it comes to a granny or an old Caucasian lady or a Persian, you know, like, people that I would never expect to be looking at bad girls are watching me. People in Australia, like the other day, I think somebody wrote me and was like, oh, I'm from Panama and I'm from Argentina. And it's like, what? I got fans in Argentina?
Well, that's awesome because we have readers and all of those.
So I'm just so thankful. Like, I realized, honestly, screw the fame. I like the whole thing of giving back, and I don't really even care to be famous. Like, my homegirls know I stay in sweats and whatever before. I don't even like to go out no more. But I'm just so thankful. Like, I cannot thank God more enough, or, you know what I mean? Like, it's just crazy.
Well, when you work for it and it's yours, he definitely allows that to happen. So I really feel like you have a lot more doors opening up for you, especially to be a part of a Kevin Hart, television show. Like that's big. That's big coming from, because they're not going to acknowledge what you did before a reality TV show. They're just gonna know you as being reality TV show.
But you know what's so funny? It's funny that, you know how they always say, like, with acting and all that stuff, they're like, you have to be in the game for like 10 years plus before anybody even recognize you. And it's so crazy because, like, I'm at my 10-year mark and I'm like, wow, it takes 10 years. That's crazy. You know, like, and people recognize me now because they've seen me. They never recognized me that when they saw me, but now it's like, oh my God, that's Camilla from that, or oh my God. So it's funny to hear those stories too. So it's cool. It's all love. I love it.
Yeah. Well, you see Nene from Housewives is on Broadway, so sky's the limit.
Exactly, sky's the limit. And people say, I want to break that barrier where they say, oh, you can't be an actress or actor because you've been on reality TV.
Yeah.
I want to break that mold. Like, no, if you got talent and you can do the job, why can't you do the job?
Exactly. And some reality TV shows are scripted anyway, in my opinion.
Yeah, they are.
So they're already doing the job.
They're all produced, and that's my thing. It's like, you guys want us to sit here and be pretending to be reality when actually it's the production around the whole reality of the production. So it's kind of not even reality. So it's like, and then you're editing everything, so it's not reality. If you would show exactly what goes on, everybody would understand, oh, That's why Camilla went off. Not just because they just showed me walking into a room, just cussing somebody out. No, it doesn't go down like that. But that's what they portray on the show. Like, oh, Camilla, she is this, she's that. But it's like, do you know what happened before? Because they edit that part out. And they'll make it look like I'm just coming out of nowhere, out of face of nothing. But, I mean, I guess I just voice my opinion and don't care. And it comes off kind of messed up. But sorry if I ever hurted anybody in the process, but it's not my intention. unless I am serious. Like, for Jada, I don't like her. Straight up. Because she's to me, faulty.
Now, I know you can't really tell us what happened because the part 2 hasn't aired yet, but does she ever admit to taking the camera?
Girl, I didn't even give her a chance to admit because I felt like at that point, it's a wrap. You know, I called you already and I apologized to you about your mother, and you still didn't have the balls enough to say, hey, this is this and this is that. So, you don't care? And it never was about the camera. It's about my pictures. Yeah. Like, let's be honest. Yeah. Fuck the camera. Right. You know what I mean? Like, it's my pictures, my memories, and everybody that knows me knows I love pictures. This ain't just started because of Bad Girls Club. It started when I was 2. You know? So, you damaging my pictures, it was something more than to it, because if it had not been for a bonus check at the end that she wasn't worth me putting my hands on, I would have dragged her so cold. But I remembered I was trying to change, and that's not the way I wanted to portray myself this season. Yeah. As much as they got me mad, I never fought. But everybody want to say I didn't change. Everybody else fought. Everybody else did something. They was being conniving and sneaky. And I think I did a really good job this season.
I think you did too. Especially how things ended with the All-Star battle. I know you were pissed beyond pissed how that went down. So that to now, I definitely can see the growth. People recognize it. So even if they don't give you your credit for it, just know that people recognize it.
Right, and the people that have been recognizing it's like, because I ask myself, like, you know, I sit back and sometimes watch TV shows, and, you know, I look at my comments, and I'm human, so, of course, some of the ones that say negative things, it does hurt to see people say negative things when they really don't know you, you know what I mean? Because in my everyday life, I am loved. Like, there's nobody that just walks around and say, oh, I hate you. Now people probably hate me because of Bad Girls, but as far as in my normal life, it was nobody that just hated me. So when I get hate, it's like, damn, hate is real.
It's so real.
It's so real. Like, I never had to deal with it. And if I did have to deal with it, it was on silent. Like, you know, back in the days. So, like, I'm older now. I'm like, back in the days. That's so funny. I finally got to the age where I can say that. So, back in the days, girl, we, people, I don't know, people talked about people, but it was different. Yeah. I don't know. Yeah. They wasn't that bold. Like, Social Network got people too pumped up. Like, bruh, I come to your house. I know we in second period together, bruh, so stop it. You know what I mean? Yeah. Girl, I couldn't imagine if we had social media back when I was in high school. Oh, my goodness.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I think we were probably at high school around the same time, so I can definitely agree with that. It gives
Girl, I would have been on all the twerking video sites, because that's when I was, like, into dancing and stuff, you know? So I think the kids nowadays, like, dang, that was it. They all trying to, not even twerk, but just dancing, period. You know what I mean? It's so funny. I'm like, wow.
Speaking of dancing and funny, when they showed you guys at the twerk workout thing and how Rima was dancing, that was hilarious.
Oh,
I think Danny said she was dancing like a rabbit or something like that. That was funny.
It's so funny because Rima really thinks she can dance, and that's the funny part. You know what I mean? It's like, girl, sit down, please. You was trying to compete with me so hard, and it's like, my booty ain't even big, but I know how to move it. So it was just, in that class, like, Danny, I must say, like, she has the most funniest commentary. Like, when she speaks about stuff, like, commenting on what's going on in the show, she's hilarious. Like, she's like, Rima looks like a bull with horn, like, boom coming out of her ass. Like, so I don't know what she said, but it was so funny. I was like, oh, in the moment, I wish you guys could just be there because it's so hilarious.
Yeah.
It's so funny.
Aw. Well, I'm glad to hear that you have a lot of good things going on for you, Camilla, and that you've outgrown reality TV. I'm not going to name any names, but I know a couple of people said that they're signing up again for more Bad Girls Club shows. So, to each his own, but to hear you actually say that, that you're...
I could do this recent show, and I was just like, no,
Yeah.
And if they paid enough, see, that's the thing. If they paid enough to do the crazy stuff that we're doing, it's like, okay, I'm getting paid for this craziness. You know what I mean? But you give enough kibbles and bits, and you want me to go on here and act a fool. I feel like I'm a damn slave all over again, to be honest. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
In a real way. Like, so I'm tired. I'm not going to be that girl anymore. If it's going to be me making a fight or something, it's going to be a Mission Impossible, something like that.
Okay.
That's my goal now. That's where I'm headed. So, when you go fight skills to do a Kung Fu movie or something.
That would be awesome. That would be awesome.
You know what I mean? A Karate Kid, I'm a little son on there, Kung Fu and stuff. Like, just whatever. I'm taking this and turning it into a positive. I've done the fighting. I'm over it. I want to grow. I don't want people to just recognize me for that only. Such a wonderful person, and when you get to know me, if anybody out there ever meets me, they know, and they can vouch. So I don't even have to say it.
That's awesome. Well, I do think that you ending Bad Girls Club series, being on Redemption as being the last show, I think that was a good look. Because they got to see that you were actually attempting to grow from the past seasons instead of it just ending off on, oh no, she's a troublemaker. So that was a smart move on your part.
Yeah, thank you.
No problem. Well, Camilla, thank you so much for talking to us today. I really appreciate it. Give us a shout out if you can on Instagram or Twitter, whichever one you use. I know some celebs don't run their own social media sometimes. So, yeah, whenever you can, we really appreciate it.
Okay.